Here is something almost nobody will tell you. Working hard does not make you rich. It never did. If it did, every construction worker would be a millionaire, and every CEO would be broke. Hard work is not the variable that separates the wealthy from everyone else. Something else is happening. Something quieter. Something almost nobody is taught to see. Most people spend their entire lives trapped in what I call the poverty loop. They wake up. They trade their time for money. They spend that money to recover from the exhaustion of trading their time. And then they do it again tomorrow. This loop feels like progress because it is busy, but busy is not the same as powerful. Busy people are, more often than not, the easiest people to control. The wealthy operate on a completely different axis. They are not chasing income, they are chasing leverage. Income requires your constant presence. Leverage works while you sleep, while you're sick, while you're on the other side of the planet. A business that runs without you, a piece of property that appreciates without your labor, an asset that multiplies while you do nothing at all. This is not luck. This is design. And design requires a mind that has been trained to think in decades, not paychecks. Here is the uncomfortable truth. The system does not reward effort. It rewards positioning. Two people can work the exact same number of hours and end up in entirely different financial universes because one of them understood where they were standing and the other did not. Position yourself near ownership, and even modest effort compounds. Position yourself near labor alone, and even brilliant effort evaporates. This is not fair. Nobody said it was fair, but understanding it is the first act of real power. Now let's talk about something even fewer people understand: perception. The wealthy do not simply build value, they control how that value is perceived. A product priced low is often assumed to be low quality, even when it is not. A person who explains themselves constantly is often assumed to be weak, even when they are not. Perception is not decoration on top of reality. In the eyes of most people, perception is reality. The moment you understand this, you stop wasting energy convincing people of your worth, and you start engineering the conditions under which your worth becomes obvious on its own. This is where discipline enters the picture, and not the kind of discipline people post about online. Real discipline is invisible. It looks like silence when you want to react. It looks like patience when everyone around you is panicking. The ancient Stoics understood something that modern culture has almost completely forgotten: that emotional reaction is a tax on your intelligence. Every time you react instead of respond, you hand a piece of your power to whoever or whatever provoked you. The wealthy are not calmer because life is easier for them. Life is not easier for them. They are calmer because they have trained themselves to stop paying that tax. There is a pattern that repeats throughout history among those who accumulated real influence, not just money. They were rarely the loudest person in the room. They were almost always the most observant. While others were busy performing confidence, they were quietly collecting information about people, about incentives, about timing. Timing, more than talent, decides outcomes. The same idea, delivered 5 years too early or 5 years too late, fails. Delivered at the right moment, it becomes an empire. This is why patience is not weakness. Patience is a weapon that impatient people can never use against you because they don't have it. Let's bring this back to something practical, because philosophy without application is just entertainment. If you are currently trading time for money with no asset attached to that trade, you are not building wealth. You are renting your life out, 1 hour at a time, to someone else's vision. The exit from this is not quitting your job tomorrow. It is redirecting a portion of every dollar you earn away from consumption and into ownership, of a skill that compounds, of a business that scales, of an asset that works independently of your presence. Small, consistent redirection, sustained over years, is how quiet fortunes are actually built. Not overnight, not through a single genius idea, through the boring, repeated discipline of choosing ownership over comfort again and again, long after it stops feeling exciting. And here's the final piece, the one that ties everything together. Power and wealth are not separate games. They are the same game, played on two different boards. The person who masters their own emotions gains power over themselves. The person who understands leverage gains power over their time. The person who controls perception gains power over how the world responds to them. Put those three together, and you are no longer competing in the poverty loop at all. You have quietly stepped outside of it while everyone else is still asking why working harder isn't working. Most people will hear all of this and change nothing. That is not an insult. It is simply how the loop protects itself. It is comfortable. It is familiar. It asks nothing new of you. But you clicked on a video about the psychology of wealth and power, which means some part of you already suspects there is more going on beneath the surface than you were ever taught. Trust that instinct. If this way of thinking resonates with you, subscribe, because this channel exists for exactly one purpose: to show you the unfiltered mechanics of wealth, power, and human nature that no school will ever teach you. The empire you build starts with the mind you train. Start today.